868's been tasked with assisting the city of Jacksonville, together with the Jacksonville Fire Rescue, on setting up these walk-up test sites to test these citizens to see if they've been contaminated with the coronavirus.
And why does a walk-up site need to be established?
A lot of folks don't have access to either vehicles or they're in a position where they can't drive. This allows them the same opportunity as everyone else to get the same test that we're administering throughout the city of Jacksonville.
So what's it like for people to come here? Are they, anyone can just show up, or is there a way to put an appointment, or what's the process
No
like?
appointments, you just show up and we're going to take care of you. That's our mission.
Okay. And how many tests are you doing a day?
Our goal is 200 tests a day. After 200 tests a day, we may have to stand down until the following, just based on the limitation of the test.
And what kind of tests are being conducted?
They're doing a throat and nasal swab test.
And generally speaking, how long is it going to take from when someone gets in to when they leave?
From the time you walk in to the time you exit, in average, is 8 to 10 minutes.
And there's how many sections or how many lanes do y'all have out here?
We're running 4 lanes, so we're running folks in just as hard as they can go.
And what comprises a lane exactly, first personnel perspective, and what their roles are?
Correct. There's 3 designated areas in a lane. One is they're going to just get some basic information from you. The second area is they're going to conduct the swab, and the third area is an exit. So we're going to explain to you how to receive those results.
And how do people receive those results?
There is there's an online site that they can access based on a number they're provided to access their results online.
And do you know that number offhand by chance? Okay. And then at the beginning, you said they're going to give you some basic information. What basic information are they going to be giving?
They're going to be asking basic information from you so that they make sure that they're contacting the right person when the test results come back.
Is there any identification or anything like that anyone needs to bring? Or
ID is not required, although recommended. Basic information is your name, date of birth, and a phone number to contact you.
So what's it like, kind of shifting gears here, away from the operations here? What's it like for you personally to come out here, be on the front lines of supporting the COVID-19 pandemic?
Part of the Florida Guard, that's just what we do. We take care of the folks that live in the state of Florida. Jacksonville's family to us. We're here to support.
How long have you been with the National Guard, Sergeant?
19 years.
19 years. 19 good years. Okay, awesome. And you also part of the Surf P still?
Right.
And what's your role with Surf P?
Surf P is a lot of what we're doing right now. Some of the training we received from Surf P has kind of helped guide us on what our mission is here today.
How are your soldiers trained up?
You know what? They're flexible. A lot of these folks don't do this every day, but they're willing to learn. You show them the right way to do it, they're going to handle business.
Soldiers.
Right. The Jacksonville Fire Rescue are standing as the subject matter experts to kind of get us on board so that we can stand alone if needed, to allow them to kind of task out as they see fit.
What's it been like working with JFRD?
It's always great. We work with them with Surf P. They're great counterparts. We come together as a team. We mesh really well.
I represent Unified Command for the city of Jacksonville. As the medical director of both the city and the fire department, I'm providing the clinical context, clinical oversight for this site.
Okay. And what kind of falls underneath your role, or what are you doing as far as getting people trained up and things of that nature?
So I'm responsible for the integrity of the testing. So our staff has been trained in how to properly perform the swab techniques, and so that's part of why our team is integrated with your team regarding the swabbing, and so then I've provided that guidance to my team so we ensure that the swab technique is appropriate and the test is a valid sample and then can be run by the lab.
What was the thought process to go ahead and opening up a walk-up test site?
So in the city of Jacksonville, we already have a couple of drive-up test sites that we've been part of, but we felt that an area like this, somewhat underserved, maybe people don't have access to vehicles, we wanted to bring the testing to them. And so this is a community-based site. We've set up this site here so people can walk up, people that maybe have not had the opportunity to go to some of the other drive-up testing. So we have put in place staggering, 6-foot staggering of people that enter the site. Once they come in, they're handed a surgical mask, which immediately cuts the transmission risk down significantly. So every person that has come here to be tested is wearing a surgical mask. and then we ensure social distancing. We have, if you have to wait in line, there are cones and markers that identify 6 feet separation. We're using some of the bleacher areas. Again, we have staff that identifies significant distancing. So that's clearly a high priority for us.
So the city's taking the lead on this site, running the site. Are you the person in charge of the site in particular, or are you thinking from a? Is that how that works?
So clinically, yes.
Okay.
Clinically, yes. I kind of help design the site, the processes. We do have a site manager on site. I have other duties assigned to me throughout the city.
Who's the site manager?
Is Brian Southall.
Okay.
And I can.
He's with JFRD as well.
Yes, he is.
And so, what's it like for you to work with the National Guard soldiers? Is there a high level of professionalism, or what's that like?
Oh no, I've been extremely impressed. Both for the mission at Lot J as well as the mission here. Great collaboration with your leadership and with your personnel. I think we could not have done all this testing without the collaboration between the City of Jacksonville, the Fire Department, and the National Guard.
So from my understanding, the National Guard kind of took over, a lot of the manpower at Lot J, providing a lot of manpower here, and that's to ensure that JFRD is not stretched too thin throughout the city. What kind of reprieve have you seen for that, and what's your thoughts, behind that?
So originally we had probably we had contracted with a number of nurses. We probably had 40 to 50 nurses performing swabbing at Lot J, as well as probably another 35 to 40 JFRD personnel. And then so we realized, especially as the volume of COVID-related cases increased throughout the city, we needed additional manpower back in the field. So when National Guard was able to come to Lot J, that helped take that 35 plus JFRD footprint down to about 5, and we were able to put those guys back out in the field.
And so that just kind of makes the presence of the National Guard even more important, you would say?
Absolutely. Again, great collaboration.